What if the secret to living past 100 wasn't in a pill, but in a spoonful of oil you already have in your kitchen? For over 50 years, Japan's most beloved doctor ate the same breakfast every single morning. No skipping, no substitutions. And he lived to 105, still practicing medicine at 100. So, what exactly did he eat? And why did it work so well? Stay with me, because the answer may quietly reshape how you start your day. Beginning tomorrow. In the West, we chase health with complexity. More supplements, more trends. But in Japan, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara chose simplicity. His morning ritual was deceptively basic, yet science now shows it activated powerful healing pathways in the aging body, from inflammation control to sleep regulation. In this video, I'll unpack the 4 biological mechanisms triggered by his breakfast, backed by research and years of patient stories. Let's begin with the fire extinguisher inside every drop of olive oil. 1. The breakfast ritual that defied time. Every morning for over 50 years, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara began his day the same way. No toast, no bacon, no multivitamin pill, just a small table by the window, and a quiet ritual. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, a cup of coffee, a glass of milk, and a splash of orange juice. That's it. 4 simple items. Every single morning until the age of 105. So, what made this breakfast so powerful? The answer starts with the olive oil, and one special molecule inside it, oleocanthal. Oleocanthal is nature's inflammation extinguisher. As we age past 60, our bodies produce more pro-inflammatory signals, like IL-6 and TNF-alpha. Think of these as little messengers constantly yelling at your immune system, stirring up unnecessary chaos in your joints, your brain, even your heart. Oleocanthal works like a gentle hand lowering the volume. According to the 2014 PREDIMED study, which tracked over 7,000 older adults, those who consumed the most olive oil had a 35% lower risk of cardiovascular events. That's not just a statistic, that's real protection, from a tablespoon a day. And it's not just your heart. Inflammation is one of the root causes of age-related fatigue, stiffness, memory decline, even mood swings. When you reduce those fire signals, your whole body breathes a little easier. Dr. Hinohara understood this before the science caught up. One of his former nurses recalled, "He always said health isn't about doing more, it's about doing one thing, with consistency." That tablespoon was his one thing, every morning before the rush of the day began. Pause here. If you had to pick one thing to commit to each morning, what would it be? We'll build on this in a moment, because what olive oil starts goes far deeper than you might think. 2. Your cell's cleaning crew, SIRT1 and autophagy. Let's go one layer deeper, because olive oil doesn't just calm inflammation on the surface. It quietly turns on your body's built-in janitorial team. After 60, your cells lose efficiency. Like a house where the garbage isn't getting taken out as often. You feel it as brain fog, sluggish digestion, skin that loses its glow. But there's a remarkable protein that can change that. SIRT1. SIRT1 is like a master switch for autophagy, your body's way of cleaning up damaged cell parts and recycling them for energy. And guess what activates this cleanup crew? You guessed it, olive oil, specifically the polyphenols inside it. A 2020 study published in Aging Cell showed that SIRT1 activity increases significantly when polyphenol-rich foods are consumed in the morning, especially on an empty stomach. When SIRT1 is activated, your cells sweep up toxic debris, repair themselves faster, and even renew their function, like replacing frayed wires inside a complex machine. Dr. Hinohara didn't use words like SIRT1, but he lived the result. Rosa, one of my patients in her early 70s, decided to try his protocol, just olive oil first thing in the morning, followed by her usual tea and breakfast 20 minutes later. By day 5, she told me, "It's like my body feels lighter from the inside." Her digestion improved. Her eyes looked clearer. Even her mood lifted. That's the quiet power of cellular cleanup. When your cells are clear, you become clear. in thought, movement, and energy. Could your morning be the doorway to cellular renewal? Let me know. What's one thing you'd love to clear out, physically or mentally? Coming up next, we'll explore what happens when that olive oil touches your blood sugar system, and the hidden link to mid-morning fatigue. Have you ever tried taking olive oil first thing in the morning? Let us know. Your comment might inspire someone else watching. 3. Polishing the insulin key. Let's talk about one of the most overlooked reasons why many people over 60 feel drained before lunch. It has nothing to do with age, and everything to do with insulin sensitivity. Think of insulin as a key. It unlocks your cells so sugar from your blood can enter and be used for energy. But as we age, that key starts to rust. It doesn't fit as well, so sugar stays in the bloodstream longer, causing energy crashes, brain fog, and hidden inflammation. Now, here's the breakthrough. Olive oil's polyphenols act like a polish. They restore the key. In a large 2022 meta-analysis involving over 1.2 million people, researchers found that daily olive oil consumption improved insulin sensitivity by 15% in middle-aged and older adults. That's a measurable difference, and for many, a felt one. Frank, a 68-year-old retired firefighter I worked with, used to hit a wall by 10:30 a.m. He thought it was just part of slowing down, but his blood sugar told another story. Spikes after breakfast, then dips. We adjusted just one habit. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil before his meal. Same breakfast, new order. By week 2, Frank told me, I don't crash anymore. It's like my energy's smoother, steadier. What most people don't realize is this. It's not just what you eat. It's when and how you give your body support. Olive oil in the morning doesn't just coat your food. It supports your hormones. It primes your system to use fuel better, not just store it. Ever felt that mid-morning slump? What's your body trying to tell you? Next, we'll look at why the timing of this breakfast matters more than you think, especially for sleep and stress hormones. 4. Morning timing and hormone harmony. Now, let's explore something surprising. How this simple breakfast didn't just support Dr. Hinohara's heart and energy. It also helped regulate one of the most powerful systems in your entire body, your hormones. More specifically, your circadian rhythm, the 24-hour clock that governs sleep, stress, digestion, and even memory. After age 60, this internal clock can get out of sync. You might feel tired at the wrong times, wired late at night, or have trouble falling asleep. But here's what researchers have discovered. When you eat certain fats, like extra virgin olive oil, first thing in the morning, you help reset that internal rhythm. In a 2019 study on circadian biology, morning intake of healthy fats was shown to stabilize cortisol, your stress hormone, and support better nighttime melatonin release. It's like tuning the piano before a concert. Your body plays better all day. Dr. Hinohara didn't need a lab coat to explain this. He once told a student, when your morning is steady, the rest of you follows. And the combo matters. Orange juice supplies vitamin C, which enhances the absorption of olive oil's fat-soluble compounds. Coffee, in small to moderate amounts, supports mental clarity and circulation. Milk provides protein and a grounding effect. Together, they're not random. They're a biological orchestra, playing the opening notes of your day. Helen, a caregiver whose father struggled with restless nights, added this exact breakfast to his routine. Within 2 weeks, she noticed he fell asleep more easily and stayed asleep longer. She said, it felt like his nervous system finally exhaled. Have you ever noticed how your morning shapes your night? This might be the rhythm your body's been waiting for. And next, we'll challenge a common belief about breakfast that might be holding you back. 5. Why skipping breakfast might be costing you more than you think. Let's pause and challenge a belief many of us grew up with, or maybe something we quietly adopted in midlife. If I eat healthy later, breakfast doesn't really matter. It sounds reasonable. You cut calories, skip the morning rush, maybe even feel lighter. But here's what the science actually says. In a 2022 clinical review published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, researchers found that certain nutrients, especially fat-soluble compounds like those in olive oil, are absorbed up to 66% more efficiently when taken in the morning on an empty stomach. Why? Because your digestive lining is most receptive. Your hormonal gatekeepers are freshly reset. Your metabolism is, metaphorically, a dry sponge, ready to soak up what it's given. Wait until noon, and that sponge is already damp. Absorption drops. The orchestra's already started without its conductor. Skipping breakfast doesn't just mean skipping food, it often means missing your best window to support hormonal balance, inflammation control, and nutrient absorption, especially after 60, when those systems already slow down. Dr. Hinohara understood this in practice. His first hour of the day was quiet, purposeful, nourishing. That 1 tablespoon wasn't just fuel, it was a signal that said, "We're beginning. You're safe. Let's align." So next time you think about skipping your morning meal, ask instead, what message am I sending to my body today? And if that message could be one of steadiness, clarity, and longevity, maybe that tablespoon of olive oil, alongside a sip of orange juice and a little coffee, is a better start than we ever realized. Coming up next, we'll bring all of this together, and I'll show you how to take one small step toward Dr. Hinohara's daily rhythm, starting tomorrow. Sometimes it's not about doing more, it's about doing one thing with meaning. Dr. Hinohara lived to 105 with the same morning ritual for over 50 years. Not because it was trendy, but because it grounded him, body and mind. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a small cup of coffee, some milk, a bit of orange juice. It wasn't fancy, but it was his rhythm. And maybe that's what matters most as we age. Rhythm over routine, consistency over complexity. So, what would it feel like to begin your day with intention, to send your body a quiet message? You still matter. If this video gave you something to reflect on, even just one small yes, I'd love to know. Type "starting tomorrow" in the comments if you're ready to try this one shift, and if you'd like more science-backed habits from people who've lived long and lived well. Tap subscribe and walk this path with us.